When you call 911, you expect emergency responders to find you quickly and help. Sometimes just minutes can mean the difference between life and death, but in reality, it's much more complicated.
Cell phone technology advances during the last 20 years have 911 centers struggling to keep up. In February, it took first responders nearly 40 minutes to find John Edwards after he called saying someone shot him and was holding him and others hostage. His phone pinged near 150th and Blondo. When they found the house near 140th and Burdett, they found Kenneth Clark had killed John and Jason Edwards. Then after an 11-hour standoff, he killed himself. Now there's work to improve locating efforts. Reporter Miranda Christian looks at what's being done right here in Nebraska.
We have so much technology with our cell phones. We have apps and games that track where we are 24/7. So why, when I call 911, can't they find my exact location, especially when in certain situations it's a matter of life or death?
911, can you please fire medical?
Fire.
Stay on the line, do not hang up.
In Douglas County, the 911 center received over 530,000 calls in 2015. 75% of those were from cell phones. That's about the number of people who live in Omaha, all calling from their mobile device.
The information that we get from cell phones is, at best, maybe 50% accurate.
The way that we communicate and the devices that we use is so different now than it was even 10 years ago.
Crystal Rhodes with the Public Service Commission says there are efforts to make 911 location services better.
This will impact people's lives, and if we aren't able to find you, we cannot help you.
Efforts that would help prevent situations like this one in February, where it took nearly 40 minutes to find a standoff in northwest Omaha.
911.
Nebraska is looking at upgrading their whole 911 system to next generation 911. It would allow callers to text 911. Callers would be able to send pictures or video, and the accuracy of the call could be based on Wi-Fi.
So now what's happening and will take place over the next few years is that your phone will be actually interacting with the environment that it is in.
CEO of the National Emergency Numbers Association, Brian Fonts, says the need to advance accuracy technology is a must, but it's not going to happen overnight.
There will always likely be a range. That range may be reduced to just a matter of meters or feet.
911, can you please fire medical?
When 911 operators don't have the most accurate location provided to them, they have to rely on other methods.
And what's going on there?
And even then, they may only get a couple hundred meters away.
This is what we've been facing for the last 10 or 12 years, and it puts a tremendous strain on the operators. The only degree of certainty we have is having the caller know where they're at.
Douglas County Interim 911 Director Mark Connery says next generation will be a great update, but Douglas County has already been dealing with issues with text to 911. Apps are being created and those are relaying wrong locations and in some cases multiple locations. And a dispatcher has to decide where to send help.
We don't even know who designed the apps, and so we are so vulnerable.
Commissioner Rhodes says that there will need to be some sort of regulation standards for NextGen to work, but it's imperative Nebraska updates their system to provide the best service.
Okay, we'll have an officer go over there and check it out.
What we need, though, is to, as a community, to make the commitment, to make the investment needed so that we can get the information that we need to find you when you're in trouble.
In Omaha, Miranda Christian, KMTV Action 3 News.
In fact, there's a study going on right now looking at how much next generation will cost and the amount of training required. The Nebraska State Commission and Legislature will use that information to put together a plan for the future.